What's going on, guys? Matthew here. Welcome back yet again to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the best 3 lenses that you can get for around $1,000 that can pretty much satisfy all sides of the equation. That way you have wide angle and then you have telephoto. Now these lenses are for micro four thirds frames, but I will include the equivalences in the corner right here. So without further ado, let's hop right in it. So the first lens that we will be talking about is the MZuko 12-40 f2.8 Pro lens. Now this lens, as I said in previous videos, pretty much my main driver. I use it pretty much 90% of the time whenever I'm taking photos, and it's the lens that I'm using for this video and the lens I've been using for all my other videos as well. It can go as far back as 12mm so that you can get those wide angle shots, and if I do need to zoom in a little bit, it has a 40mm focal range. And given that it is a pro lens, that means that the aperture stays constant no matter what. The highest aperture is f2.8, which means that I'm able to take relatively decent photos in low light without having to increase my ISO too much. Now this lens does cost around $749. I'll link all the lenses in the description below, and this is pretty much the most expensive lens that you will be getting. Now I understand that that lens price is really high for most users, but they do offer a 14-42mm lens which costs $300, but the only thing is that the highest aperture is like 3.5, so shooting in low light isn't really ideal for that lens, and it isn't weather sealed. Now moving on to the next lens, we have the Panasonic 25mm f1.7 prime lens. Now this lens I don't use as much as I do the 12-40, but I do use it quite a lot, especially if I am doing portrait photography or car photography or anything that requires me getting paid for photos. I pretty much use this lens 100% of the time. Now this is a prime lens, meaning that it does not zoom in or out, so what you're getting 25mm is what you're going to be shooting at pretty much consistently. So if you need to get closer or move further back, you would have to move closer or move further back according to what you want to take. Now because this has a high aperture of 1.7, I can go into low light situations without having to worry about whether I can or cannot take those photos. Now this lens does cost you around $179, which is a really good price for what you're getting. You're getting nice bokehs, you're getting nice bright photos, and for $179, this camera pretty much is my money maker. I use it whenever I'm on photo shoots. And last but not least, we have the MZuko 40-150 telephoto lens. Now this lens only costs $100. Now this lens is a perfect telephoto lens. Look how small this thing is. It literally fits inside my hand, and it offers an equivalence of 300mm. If you look up a 300mm lens on any other camera, these things will be pretty big. But for a lens that offers 150mm at this size, it is a very great deal. The only downside to this is that the aperture doesn't go as high, so that means that shooting in low light isn't really ideal for these. But if the lighting conditions are pretty fair, you're able to get some really dope shots with this, and you're really able to get close to those subjects that would otherwise be too far. It is a very cheap lens, and it's a very good telephoto lens, especially if you do shoot micro four thirds. Before I got this lens that I'm shooting this video with now, the 12-40, this was pretty much my portrait lens and pretty much my all-rounder lens. And although I do not use it much, I still do very much recommend it. Now that does it for this video, guys. Please let me know what type of lenses you use in the comments below. And if you did enjoy the video, please leave it a like, please subscribe, please tap the bell for notifications. It really does help me out a lot. And I'll see you next time.